It's your boy Davey Dean Dane Sampson, or whatever you feel like calling me. If you really know me, you know I'm just trying to chill more in Dana's world. We are, I can't believe it, already on episode 9 of the interview podcast, as always shot in-house at Lone Wolf Productions. That's the audience I wish I have. We're building it. It's okay. But, we're just kind of tapping in. I liked last week. I took some time just to talk to the audience, and things are growing. And, I was at work the other day, and this is how you know you're in a good place. So I just got some good news, which we'll reveal later. But they're like, yeah, we talked about you in the meeting today, the managers. I was like, oh, shit, what'd I do? Like, nothing. We just noticed how happy you are all the time. And I was like, what? They're like, yeah. So thanks for being the happy guy. And I was like, I will take that. I'm in a good place. So isn't that the goal, to be happy? I mean, I guess except for that period of those emo kids. That was the time. Tonight will be the night that I fall for you. No, I'm just kidding. But I am excited to be here. We have some upcoming stuff coming up. It is Women's History Month. There's a lot of powerful women in the city. So look out for a project that we're going to be doing in honor of that. We have Aquafest. That keeps building. I think the team and travel group that is going to be a part of that production in Florida and event is up to 7. Like lucky number 7, something like that. Pipe dream in mind to be able to bring some artists from the city down there, and then hopefully vice versa. I mean, that's the first step in going national, and that's how we feel. And thank you for all these talented people that let me work with them and use them as my paintbrush, I like to say. It makes it really cool. But we will get to it. We have a wonderful guest today, and it's actually kind of funny. He also goes by Lone Wolf Sigma. So can you imagine when the Lone Wolf and the Lone Wolf met each other? And like, maybe we don't have to be lonely wolves no more. You want to form a pack and to go do karate in my garage? And with that, I'd like to welcome my guest, Lone Wolf Sigma. Welcome. So you just, we have, you're new to the area. I'm new familiar. You played a song for me earlier. Beautiful. You definitely give me some Anthony Hamilton vibes, that old school, that soul to you. Yeah. Yeah. You make people sit down and listen to your music. That's the effect you kind of, or, do whatever you want to do. It is a baby making music, it sounds like too, right? Yeah,
can be.
I mean, that's one of my favorite activities. I don't know about you. It is. And we're going into spring. We're going into that season. I call it sundress and Plan B season.
There you go.
I heard you can buy those in bulk now. Is that true?
You asked me, like, I
know. No. So, man, tell me, so you have a talent show coming up, is that correct?
Actually, the talent show just passed. It's just passed.
Oh, shit, it's the 16th, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Tell me about the talent show.
It was good, man. It was something where we got family and friends to kind of come together.
Yeah.
They haven't thrown it in a while since the pandemic. So this was the first time that they have thrown it in, quite some time. Mm-hmm. And they kind of hit me up and see if I wanted to be a part of it. And I was like, yeah. So,
yeah,
absolutely.
So have you kind of been on a hiatus since the pandemic as well? You've been working, tell me.
Yeah, I would say not me. I'm always working on some type of project of some sort. So, while that was down, I was just working on everything, personal projects, etc. And then reaching out.
Okay, can I tell you how I just saw it last night when I was working, that the world is healing from the pandemic a little bit, is, I'm a bartender, and, when the pandemic happened, you remember when they used to have those like little bar snacks on there and everybody shared?
Yeah.
Those went away. Well, no, we brought them back. We're giving out just share back. Just Chex-Max, Grippo Chex-Max, all in the bar. And so everybody's like, yo, these are delicious. Oh, aren't they?
They're not 6 feet apart?
No, and I'm like, the world is healed. You know what I mean? What's up here? So that's cool, man. So, how do you feel you did?
I think I did pretty good. I mean, judging by the crowd reaction, right?
Right.
As artists, it's one thing for us to feel something. It's another thing when the crowd is like telling us something. Then you're like, all right.
Yeah, and I say that too. And then maybe you can reflect on this and the feeling that you get from that. If you want to know if your music is going to touch people, be good or reacted to, play it live for people. Whether it's a DJ breaking a record, because that's why DJs were so important. They were breaking records. The people will let you know, especially in person, if they're fucking with you or not, right?
Yep.
So clearly they was fucking with you.
Hey, they did. Hey, they did. They rocked with me, and you know, it was all love there.
Yeah,
so I'm good. I'm good with that one.
So with some of that sold to you, man, who are some of your like influences? Like what was in your Walkman? Man. Were you an iPad guy? Did I just show my age?
Hey, obviously I came up in the Walkman era. So
okay.
That went from Walkman to CD player to the one where you try to make sure it don't skip if you
remember when they first got the anti-skip thing?
That's all it's like.
Yeah, he was like, you ain't got this.
Yeah, man. The iPod, but nah. Shoot. So what I grew up with was a lot of old school. So Luther Vandross.
Okay.
People like that, and then you had
hold on before you switch. Skinny Luther or Big Luther?
Both.
Okay.
I had both.
Pick one.
Big Luther.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. You're right. Yeah, so go ahead. Joe.
No, I would say, I was like Luther Vandross, that was one of the bigger inspirations there. And then when you had groups and things like Temptation, Shy Lights, OJs, you know, those was my old school inspirations. And then coming up to the new was more like Neo and Usher and Mario.
Why do you think Neo stopped making music?
No, he's still making music.
He's writing, but like he's not. Why don't you think? You think he just wanted to step back for a little bit, or what?
Like he was out there. He was not only writing for everybody, but he was writing for himself. Nowadays, I mean, he's still doing a little bit both, but you know.
I mean, and I think with like today's Asian society, where especially when you have so many different streaming platforms, dude, if you got 50 million on one particular on Spotify, who else do you really need to cater to?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like those are good problems. So.
Hey, those are big problems to have.
Yeah,
like,
right?
50 million, like, oh, okay, you know, just a little cool 50 million. Like,
cool. I wonder even if that translated into a $1 per listener a year, that's $50 million.
Hey, man.
You know what I'm saying? If you think about it like that. That's insane.
Yeah, I would have retired already.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but you keep making wonderful, more, even more music.
Yeah, would have retired from one thing, just stay straight into music.
Like, I'm just gonna
it out. Yeah.
You definitely made it if you got that, man. You know, so, and then also, you have some upcoming things, though. I heard that you're going to be the opener and do some poetry at Lone Wolf Productions. Drip Alley in May, man. Yeah. I'm really excited about this. I'm apparently going to be helping host, so we're going to see each other.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited for it, man.
Let me know if you want a sexy intro or something.
I'm going to sexy intro. No, I'm excited for it, though, man, really.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be cool. Like, I already got some ideas and, you know, kind of work stuff out, so yeah.
Tell me the story of how you and Jennifer met.
Okay, so basically, Portia, which is the connect between us two.
Portia.
She
shout out to Portia.
Yes. So she owns a massage business and everything is New Ryu. I can't think of the name of it, but
New Ryu. Are the endings as happy as this shirt?
You will be. I can help that one. But we met through her and she just happened, she was the photographer there, and I actually came there, I believe she can confirm this. I got there early. Mm-hmm. Jennifer was already there, or Lone Wolf was already there. Mm-hmm. And so it was like at first it was just like hi, right? Yeah. Not really, because we don't know each other from a hole in the wall.
Imagine if he was real.
You know,
sniff each other's butts. He's cool.
Actual wolf activities.
That's a good thing, right?
But I was trying to work with the sound. She was over there, and we introduced ourselves to each other, and then next thing you know, she was talking about photography and everything. You know what I'm saying? I forget how we got into it, but I was like, oh yeah, I'll look you up on Facebook. What is it? She said Lone Wolf. I was like, excuse me.
Yeah.
I was like, Lone Wolf.
Seats taken.
Right. Like, I was like, wait, Lone Wolf. She was like, yeah, Lone Wolf Production. I was like, I go by Lone Wolf. And so we kind of just connected from there.
Yeah, but you do have another element, though. So you were technically Lone Wolf Sigma, correct?
I am Lone Wolf Sigma.
Okay, yes. Excellent. There's a differentiation.
Yeah.
So I know what alpha, I know what beta is. Explain to me what sigma is.
Okay, so what a sigma is basically, it's not alpha, right? It's not, when people think of alpha, they think of like this strong leader, almost abrasive, very much in your face. And then you think of beta as in taking a backseat to everything and everyone, right? Sigma is almost where you have those leadership goals and qualities and everything else, but you don't have to be as loud. Right.
So you're the balance.
Yeah, I'm the balance. And actually what's fun about that is Sigma is actually referred to as a lone wolf. as well, because they basically move at the beat of their own drum.
Yeah.
They don't need to have a leader, but they can play the leadership role when needed, but they don't need it, obviously, to function.
Yeah, because I'm trying to make hit records that people want to make babies still, right?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Right. Man, that's awesome, dude. So, and Drip Alley is May 18th, if you're wondering. We're still looking for people that want to be involved. It is growing. I'm excited for that. I think, I know she's got some local artists. I mean, this is, even though we're in Kentucky, it's a greater Cincinnati thing. Cincinnati is the greatest. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. And you don't only do R&B, you do poetry, like you said. You sing, songwrite. Break that into a little bit, because I say spoken word poetry, and then the evolution into spoken word, and then into more lyricized music is the trajectory, correct, from its birthplace to now. Yeah. So tell me how you found your pen. Did you start out more with poetry and then it moved into music, or was it music, or did they just kind of organically trail together? They
organically trail together, right? Because I started singing when I was 5.
Okay.
So singing was everything and everything. I was just always singing this and the third.
Is your family musical?
Most of them are, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and they mostly are with singing.
Isn't that a blessing to grow up with that?
Man, right? So it was kind of just easy to just kind of follow suit. So, singing was first. Writing came around 11, 12 years old. Mm-hmm. That's where you start having your little crushes and everything else, and you just start writing.
I remember.
Yeah.
Cursive? Are you a cursive writer or a print writer?
I'm a print writer, but I can do both.
I would love to learn how to do like old school calligraphy with like the inkwell.
I do a little bit of calligraphy too.
Really?
I do practice that.
Maybe give me a lesson sometime.
Hey, got you. I got you.
Yeah, and then also, so you do some, you're in the photography. Do you do videography as well?
I don't. I'm on the learning curve with that one, but I've just mainly been like a lot more photography, still images, portraits, all that stuff.
Well, while we're at that, since, we all do this because we enjoy doing it, but it is a business. Mm-hmm. Tell them where they can find and look up maybe some portfolio or look to book Lone Wolf Sigma. Actually, real quick, while we get that information, we'll take a quick break from our sponsors and we'll be right back. Back at the interview podcast with my guest, Lone Wolf Sigma. Thank you to our sponsors. So, like as we were saying, man, obviously, we do the things that we love, and they say when you do something you love, you'll never work another day in your life. But we still like to pay our bills, right?
For sure.
Right. So tell people where they can find you, where they can reach out to you, maybe where they can see some of your work, whether that be through social media or whatever.
Yeah. So my Instagram is Lone Wolf Sigma _ at the end. So Lone Wolf Sigma is one word, _ at the end of that one word. So that's where you can find my poetry, music, etc. We're going to be putting some photography and things up there pretty soon as well. Just kind of showcasing, what I love and doing what I love. So
yeah, shout out to that, man. You want to play a game with me?
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay, so we do, every week we do what we call Blind Top 5.
Okay.
And for those that aren't familiar with what I'm going to ask Lone Wolf is I'm going to ask him to rank 1 through 5 these R&B artists in order without knowing who's coming next. So if he ranks them number 2 is locked and solidified. And then he has to go through that. So I'm an 80s baby. I like that genre. You name some classicals and this and that. So our first artists to rank 1 through 5. We are going to start with Usher.
I'm going to do 4.
You're going to do Usher at 4?
Yeah, I'm going to do Usher at 4.
Even with his roller skating Las Vegas residency? That's okay. Next, we are going to do Chris Brown. Just 1 Grammy? For the,
Yeah, Chris Brown. Chris Brown's him, though. I got a lot to you.
So you put him number 1?
I'm putting him at 2.
Oh, number 2. Can I tell you a funny story? So I was interviewing, you know that song, Oh, I'm Walking in My Dougie.
Yeah.
By Little Will?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was interviewing Little Will one time at Busy One Studio, and I asked him about his favorite touring moment, and he was like, "Well, I did this show at this university with Chris Brown," and I was like, man, because he's a major celebrity. So, you think they're living. And I was like, man, I just picture Chris Brown, like, whenever he's talking, dancing. Like, and he's like, and Lil Will did not find it funny. He was like, hey, man, Chris Brown is a gangster. He'll kick your ass. I was like, this is my fantasy viewing, Lil Will.
He took that man personal.
And I feel like Chris Brown would be like, nah, Will, it's cool. I do be dancing. Okay. The next person is R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Hey.
I know.
Yeah, believing we could fly with Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny at the same time.
All right. I definitely love it.
People definitely would love it.
Okay, right. Hey, listen, I'm going to put it in 5 just so.
He said he wants no smoke.
He want none of that, boy.
Okay. And next, Neo.
That'll be 1 for me.
Okay. I didn't know if to ask him. I was trying to trick him. I think you're going to get a pretty solid list here. And then for me, this is a group. It's the first CD I ever bought. It's the Boyz II Men.
Oh, yes, Boyz II Men. Oh.
Do you only have 3 left?
I know. I was like, I should have never.
It's
Boyz II Men is mine.
It's the greatest.
That's the greatest. Absolutely, man.
But you can't change it.
I know. It's
so they're at number 3. So let's read how Mr. Lone Wolf read them. So he had Neo at number 1, which you referenced him. That's why I picked him. Chris Brown at number 2. Boyz II Men at number 3. Usher at number 4. And Miss Elmo, pee on you, drip, drip, drip. R. Kelly at number 5.
I can live with that one though.
Yeah, that's a solid list. That's a solid list. Usually, I'm pretty good. I'm a little trickster. I like a little funny man. So I purposely I'll do it and I'll put somebody in there and they gotta rank them really low. And it's like it's just a funny. Yeah. It's like I see the roller coaster of emotions. But speaking of that, those are some legends in the game. Most of them are there. Some of them are more current than others. But who's some influence? Who's some people in your playlist right now? 2025.
Man. So still, mine is kind of a little bit mixture old school, new school, but I like Money Long.
Money Long?
Yeah, I love Money Long. I definitely have Tank.
I love Tank.
Yeah, I gotta have Tank.
He does a rendition of I Can't Make You Love Me.
I just did that at the talent show.
You did that?
I
love that song, dude.
That's literally the one I just posted.
For me, okay, so who's your favorite? Because so many artists have done that.
Tank's the best.
It's between him and Adele.
Adele did it. I love hers.
I love her too.
Yeah, but I was like,
I've told this story before, but I think that you will relate to this, that you love emotional and R&B music.
Yeah.
So it's funny, my son's here. And I'll share this moment. So being his son, his mom were separated. We have been since he was young, whatever. It's life. But when we broke up and I had to move out on my own is the year that Adele's 21 album came out. Very emotional song, okay? Whole album. And I had a friend of mine, and this, again, I'm going to show my age, that burnt DVDs at the time.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, and he's like, hey man, I know you really like Adele. So I burnt her concert live at Royal Albert Hall, which was the most famous hall in London. Yeah. For you, I'm like, that's a weird gift for you to give me as a man, but thank you. And so for the whole summer, I would come home after work, and it was the first time I wasn't living with my son and this family dynamic, and I'd find myself alone. And I would pop in the Adele DVD, and I had light the fireplace, and I had a bottle of Pinot Noir and a throw blanket. And I just in my living room, just crying. Someone like you.
Someone like you.
And just all of these emotions. And once you turn them on and come to terms the grieving period.
Yeah,
you cannot turn them on until they decide. So now I'm watching Hallmark commercials in the morning. I gotta get ready for work. And that's the power of music.
Hey, it is. That's why I love it.
That is the power of music, man. Thanks for letting me share that story. Do you have any similar stories? Because especially when you get in music that makes you want to invoke emotion and stuff like that. And who are some artists that take you there?
Man, let's see. As far as just
an emotion, you feel it, you get the goosebumps. it makes you reminiscent of a memory, because there's some great stories.
I know. I was like,
such good storyteller.
But I think that's where a mixture of like someone like Luther.
Yeah.
Because the way that he sings with so much emotion in everything that he does. And that's where I kind of drew close to it. That's where my love of music came from. Because I was like, man, I can see how much he feels and love. I don't care if he's doing a cover.
Yeah.
He's seen the cover as if he wrote it, he felt the emotion in that moment, and that's what he's going to deliver. And I think that's one. And then just Neo as a songwriter. Yeah. He can take so many perspectives and personalities, and if he's not writing for someone, he's writing for himself. And it's just like the way he does that. That's where I get my inspiration for songwriting as well, as being able to take life and just put it into music and just go.
Yeah, I think the first song for me that really took me there, and I didn't even. You're still learning feelings. I was in 9th grade, and I had my first high school girlfriend. Her name was Ashley. And you made mixtapes for each other. You burnt CDs. You made mixtapes. And Beyonce's "Dangerously in Love."
You mean from the B-Day?
Dangerously in Love. It was the first one that she really started to go. Right. She did it at the American Music Awards, and but just the way she was able to hit those roughs into the first solo. I was like, I want to dangerously love my girlfriend like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't even getting no booty yet. Be like, I'm going to get there one day. And this will be right. And then I'm going to feel like this. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? I knew we were going to break up. So speaking of R. Kelly, the last song
crazy.
I put on, we were in high school, but I was ahead of my time. You know what I'm saying? The last song I put on the CD, and this is how I kind of knew I may have been an asshole, was R. Kelly's Turn Back the Hands of Time. And she's like, why did you put that one on there? And I was like, I know I'm going to fuck up. So
that's hilarious. That's by far the worst. Put that at the end. That's one of the worst to put at the end.
She was so confused.
Yo.
I was like, I'm from the future. What can I say?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Turning back the hands and tied to a future breakup is crazy. Man.
So, where can we start to see you next? I know we have Drip Alley coming up, but are there some places, I always say, especially in Cincinnati, that the open mic scene, the artistry there, or, the amount of shows that are there, what are some places that you want to be seen, or, who's some people you want to work with here in the city?
True. Honestly, I've just actually really started opening up and trying to do a little bit more now, because I was very much secluded, right? I was always just doing my thing.
You got to get out of that for growth.
Oh, I know, right? And that's where we at. That's where we at now. So I'm like, I was just talking to a friend, and I was telling them, I finally reached the mindset where I'm comfortable with being uncomfortable.
The vulnerability.
Yes.
I want to touch base on that.
Yeah.
How are you, as men in that R&B realm?
Yeah.
How did you learn to be vulnerable and convey that onto a track or in your writing?
Honestly, my father. Honestly, really, yeah, because he was one of the, like, when you see him and everything else, he was like, Manny, man, this and then the third. But in the household and what I got to see and the emotion that he would unapologetically show, like, he was the one man that I know that would cry from a movie. Like, he would see some emotional scene and he would actually cry. And I was
one stoic teacher?
Like he'll literally be like, he'll be wiping it away. I'll look at it, he'd be, shut up.
Shut up.
But it just taught me how to be unafraid to show emotion. Yeah. And so healthy. It is. And I try to inspire, even with my platform, I try to inspire other guys to be okay with not being okay sometimes.
Yeah, and I think, as we're getting that, I think we're evolving as a species, as human beings, or in the time period that we're in.
Yeah.
We are human beings. We're going to have emotion. And I think men and more men are saying, we feel like this too.
Yep.
We want to say these things.
And I love seeing that. I love seeing that and allowing myself to now put myself in poetry and songwriting and to convey that and push that narrative as well. Just like me just doing my little small part and showing that men can express how these feelings too, and it's okay.
Yeah. It is okay. It's going to be all right. The only way to deal and move past and grow from it is to face it talk about it, and get it out. And that is growth and maturity.
Yeah, and like I told a friend too, I was like, listen, man, I would rather let you cry on my shoulder than cry at your funeral.
Hey. Yeah, right.
So if I'd rather have those things. So if like I do what you got to do, but I need you here.
Right.
I need you here.
Right.
So
and I will tell you though, it is tough though, because you get some people though, you can only be an offering of help, but they gotta want to help themselves. Unless there are some individuals where you just have to convene, but even then you gotta brace yourself because mental health is no joke, and they could be doing everything that they can do, and it's something out of their control, or But that's life. That's life. And we're back. So, man, what's been buzzing in my head lately? Because I'm guilty of it, especially I have super ADD, so I constantly am fishing, scrolling, scrolling addiction. I've noticed I have like a big ass flat screen, and I will turn it off so it doesn't like unfocus me from my phone. You know what I'm saying? And I wonder why I've been having headaches. Something's been like popping in my head, man. It was like, I only knew Orlando Brown from like the controversial shit and like exposing these people, but like he was on, I can't remember what show it was. He was, man, I don't know. Yeah. Like that new trendy ass song, man. And like, I apparently did that with Jaguar, right?
Jaguar, yeah. I'll do something.
Yeah, shout out to her. Protect her at all costs, man, because she's like been telling the truth. And they're like, this bitch don't shut up. But man, isn't that like people forget how talented he is?
And that's the thing. Everybody forgets the talent because they kind of look at the theatrics and everything else. I'm like, but he got a lot of talent though.
Yeah, he does. Because he was a Disney kid too, right?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. What the fuck? Why do they all go crazy? Is it like, do they get like, because once they're past 18, you're like, you can't tell me what to do anymore, mom and dad?
Oh no, man. I don't know what's in them contracts. Man, I don't know what's going on there. But it seems like Disney, they leave there, they lose themselves for a second. Some of them haven't found their way back. Some
I feel like all of us do to a point between that 18 to like 22 age, because it's the first time you like really have, you're like, you can't stop me. You know what I mean? I can respect you, you can't stop me. And you're rich. But the thing about it is we all go through that weird development stage in between teenager and like real adulthood. But theirs is for the world to see. That's a lot more pressure.
There's a lot more pressure. I mean, everything's under scrutiny. Everything's got a magnifying glass to it. And now they can't even just be normal kids.
Right.
So
now they can't.
Yeah, so you take the normalcy out of something that they're supposed to just normally just fit right in, and you take that out. I mean, it's a snowball effect.
So actually, we touched base a little bit on that. So you said you're just now getting, as an adult, getting comfortable with branching out.
Yeah.
Finding some Wolfpack members to create with. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be lonely wolves, only if you choose to. So, how would you say if you, like, because it literally overnight now, with TikTok and Snap, you could become a national, international sensation.
Yeah.
How would you prep yourself for that much spotlight? Do you think you'd be able to handle it?
I mean, mentally, I've always kept myself grounded. I've always, I don't forget my purpose no matter where I'm at. And I have a good, solid, friend group, support group, family, friends that also kind of keep me that way too. Yeah. So even when I do get a measure of success, it don't have to be viral or anything. Yeah. I always remember where I came from first.
Yeah. Now let's go on the other end of the spectrum. How and when do you pop your shit? Like, yeah, I did this.
I mean, I let the art speak.
Okay, that's fair.
I just be on my Kendrick. I ain't got to really say that. I just let the art speak, and then everybody, if you take to it, then you take to it.
He cracked me so. I still see him just looking in the camera because he didn't make eye contact the whole time. Boy, and then he's like, "Hey, Trey."
You better never go to. All right, no mind.
Right. And you know what? I'm not gonna lie. That's why I'm 40. I wear these glasses. I don't even want to get caught looking anymore because Cell Block 1 sounds terrible. I don't ever want to go there. It sounds terrifying. You know what I'm saying? It does. So behave, gentlemen. Gentlemen of a certain age, wear those glasses so they don't be creepy.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? This can't help you. You look good. We're gonna look. Don't come for me. I'm sorry. I will tell you that's one thing I am nervous. Okay, so I lived in Florida last year. You know, I met some good people, and I didn't realize how conservative I still really was being from the Midwest. Yeah. So we're somewhere in like Florida, they're like, it's sunny, it's it, let the girls out. You know what I mean? My whole ass cheeks is out. You know what I'm saying? And so in this Aquafest, we're going down there, and I'm gonna have to find someone in the crowd to focal point on. Because there's t-shirt contests, there are models, you know, they work in the adult entertainment industry, there's the exotic cars, like the girls, so it's like, yeah, the girls, you know, sometimes you just like their titties out, so they're gonna be out with their titties out. And I'm like, okay, what kind of man do I want to be? Yeah, you know what I'm saying right now? Like, I'm working. You know what I mean? Like
the kind of man that don't leave me hanging.
Yeah, I would never leave you down there. Never leave you down there.
Go, focus.
Yeah.
I'll be like this.
Yeah. What? You know what I'm saying? I'm sure we're going to catch some moments like that. But, you know, I'm very, very excited about that. So we were going to have you do some covers, but then we remembered, you know, with ASCAP and BMIs, which I want to explain a little bit. So BMI is a licensing, how you register to get assigned a number. Kind of like an EIN number that's how they track you, how you're getting paid with streams, things like that, whether Spotify streams and this and that, and then it goes into a collective royalty pool. Yeah. With ASCAP, that's kind of what you need, like even karaoke bars, especially, and it really wasn't that big of a deal because they didn't know what you were singing in that bar before the world of social media. There's cameras and everywhere, and these viral moments. ASCAP gives you, there's like, let's say 20, 25,000 songs that artists have agreed or they've gone past a certain period of time that you can just perform without having to ask permission.
Correct.
That's what ASCAP is. So we had an episode where we played a beat sample before. We were just Destiny's Child, Say My Name. And when we got to that part, and it was just a sample that we chopped up, you know, they muted it. So if you ever wonder why your videos are on there, why they're getting muted, you should look into ASCAP BMI. It's not very much. It's the same thing it's the same process as if you release through United Masters or DistroKid. They're registering you for BMI or this and that. You know what I mean? They're just handling it for you, but you can cut that step out and honestly handle it yourself. You just have to educate yourself, right? Yep. So, but you're an artist with your own music and your own poetry.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to perform a little for us?
Yeah, man.
Okay. So for the first time, we're going to do a little bit differently. Usually I have everyone perform one song, but this man does two different crafts. So we're going to have him perform a poem to start, and then we'll go into a song. What song are you performing for us today?
I'm going to do A Lover's Journal.
A Lover's Journal?
Yeah, by yours truly. So.
By yours truly.
Yeah.
All right. So we will we'll take one more quick break. We'll come right back and along with Sigma with some spoken word and a lover's journal. Check it out. All right, we're back, man. This has been a lovely time at episode 9 of the Interview Podcast. As always, shout out to our director and co-producer, Jennifer Wolf at Lone Wolf Productions, for having us. We're going on up. Thank you, man. I had a good time talking to you.
Hey, man. Likewise.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now, are you ready to show the people what you do?
Yeah. Let's get it,
man. We're going to bring it in. And like I said, we're going to do a poem first. He's going to go into a song. And this is Lone Wolf Sigma.
Yes, sir. And if you want to find anything else that I do, singing, poetry and everything else, Instagram handle, Lone Wolf Sigma _. So that's Lone Wolf Sigma, one word, _. You can find me on Facebook as well as Antoine Nathan. I do put a lot of content and everything up there too. So with that being said, since this is Women Empowerment Month, I would be probably remiss if I didn't actually do this poem here. And it's entitled, You're Enough. Okay? So you're enough. I'm a woman. They love and hate me for all my curves. They said I need diet pills cause my body is striking nerves. Less hors d'oeuvres, I should be starving myself. Cause my thighs rubbing together rubs you wrong. And now I'm left with broken pieces of my image when I should be loving myself. Where being a thicker woman has never affected my health. Where I prefer to be an entree instead of a snack myself. Where loving insecurities is to you a cry for help. I'm a woman and my figure is petite. Where I've eaten 4 times today for someone to say you should eat. Where I'm lacking all the curves that's plastered on the TV. Go to the mirror to realize my size is becoming obsolete. And instead of them encouraging me to simply search for me, IG models telling the girls what you got from the factory was never good enough. That means what you're born with ain't worth the keep. You need to eat until you throw up, better yet have surgery. Well, I'm not a woman and I don't know the pain personally. I'm a fit guy. I don't get body shamed regularly, but I can empathize because this foolish thinking is killing me. You're supposed to be happy with whatever body you present on the beach. I'm not a woman, but I am a conscious mind. I'm not a woman, but I don't agree with mankind. I'm not a woman. Any size can be considered fine. I'm not a woman. Your weight is not how you're defined. When we fat shame and skinny shame, little girls will feel the pain. Growing up to altered figures kill their self-esteem when they can't obtain thousands of dollars to do all of these procedures, telling women they aren't enough without plastic and filler features. Photoshop goes way beyond the megapixels you tamper with. Because your pick will pick up millions of dollars, but who will pick up the tab of the little girl with self-esteem damages? I'm not a woman. I am a man, and imagining a daughter that I don't have, but being subjected to this mental slaughter, coming to me asking, Daddy, why am I not pretty enough? And then I got to explain how she is beautiful and how her beauty is always enough. How these pictures lie and how most of them lack self-love, because if God gave you your features, you're already pronounced beautiful from above. I'm not a woman. I can only imagine what it's like to be compared to other women and body shame relentlessly, strumming your emotional chords and rip your soul simultaneously. And according to what you felt and dealt with, your cries are a debilitating symphony. I'm not a woman, but I feel bad for those who suffer this. When your mind isn't what they want and yet the body is easily dismissed. Putting your body on trial to be judged as the heart's case is dismissed and the mind isn't as valued as much. Here's the point, in case dismissed. You are enough. You are enough. And did I mention you are enough? So no matter what's on your timeline, you are enough. I said, no matter what's on your timeline, you are enough. Paul. Appreciate that. Oh yeah. I find myself writing about you every day. And no matter how many words I write, I never run out of things to say. Because I love you. Cause I love you. Oh. Can I be the dream you're looking for? You're the only woman I adore. I hope the opportunity's there for me. You're everything I want and more. You're the one to God that I implore. It's the prayer that I hope that eases. But in the meantime, write another entry in a lover's journal. And I jot down every single feeling that I feel for you. In the meantime, I write another entry in a lover's journal. And I hope that these words find their way straight to you. I find myself writing about you every day. And no matter how many words I write, I never run out of things to say. The world is printing your calligraphy. No words can describe what you mean to me. Majestically, you're everything that I need. I just want you here right next to me. I can't describe how blessed that I would be that you turn a dream into reality. In the meantime, I write another entry in a lover's journal. And I jot down every single feeling that I feel for you. In the meantime, I write another entry in a lover's journal. Oh. And I hope that these words find their way straight to you. 'Cause I love you. 'Cause I
Man, shout out to Lone Wolf singing. That was incredible, bro. I know I got long sleeves, but I have goosebumps on, man. That was fucking beautiful, dude. Man, what you think of that, son?
Yeah, that was really good.
That was really good.
Let's go.
Man, I know he's being shy. This is my son. This is the reason why I do this stuff. I want to show him away. This is Braylon. He'll always be the Braylinator to me because he be killing shit. Shout out to Lone Wolf Stigma, man. I really, really appreciate you. I look forward to working at Drip Alley, and I really hope that I'd love to get in the studio with you, man. You know, as always, that's a wrap.